Greetings, horror fans. I am the Midnight Researcher. Today we are investigating the survival horror game Penumbra Black Plague, the sequel to Penumbra Overture, in the form of a guided walkthrough. As usual, I'll be going through the entire game from start to finish, covering the ways to progress, showcasing progress, gameplay, physics features, glitches, trivia, little-known facts, that sort of thing, all about Penumbra Black Plague. As usual, I expect my commentary to be as unwitty and unfunny as possible, but hopefully pretty informative. This recording comes much later after the Penumbra Overture guided walkthrough did. I'm recording this a substantial amount of time after I had made that Overture guided walkthrough, I mean to say. So this is going to be a little bit of a refresher for me as well as it is for you, but hopefully you've seen this video not too long after you saw the Penumbra Overture video, as I'll hopefully release them side by side, or at least week to week. But that'll be an issue for when I post these on YouTube, not when I'm recording these today. So, let's get into this as much as we can. Penumbra Black Plague is the sequel to Penumbra Overture, and it is the survival horror game second to be released by Frictional Games. The title screen, there's nothing especially noteworthy about this, except for the fact that this artwork is either the hallway scene at the end of Overture, where we got knocked on the head in that cliffhanger, or it's one of the kennel areas in Black Plague itself. And it has a tutorial, which Overture did not have. Overture kind of blended the tutorial into the opening areas of the game itself. But we're going to go through the tutorial, because I want to be as thorough as possible with this. And I have no set formula for these guided walkthroughs, so here we go, let's wing it. Welcome to the Penumbra Black Plague tutorial. Here you will learn the skills needed to survive in the ominous world of the Black Plague, which is a typo, of the Black Plague. Let's start with the basics. You can move around. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to bother reading all these, but it's showing us basic movement now, which is really simple. And we can run instead of walking, of course. See that crate over there? Let's jump on top of it, like it asks. Content 1342BAR. Now you know how to jump. Yeah, how does one jump in a video game? I have no idea. Basic object interaction. Run toward this chest/coffin that it's telling us it is, and let's open it. Just like it says. Now fetch the box and put it in the coffin to complete this lesson. It's dead. We're putting it in its coffin. Hold down C and then drag the mouse to rotate the object. I'm pretty sure that wasn't used in Overture as well. Mouse wheel to bring it closer or further away, of course. Nicely done. The crate behind the coffin. It's a bit bigger. Can't carry it around. We need to drag it. Yep. Drag. Drag. Push. Pull. Dragging it to the blood stain, apparently. The red mark. Inventory time. Pick up the two bottles on the shelf using left mouse. Chemical A and chemical B. Let's try and combine these items. I already know how, but, you know. Open the inventory using tab. Drag and drop one item over the other using the mouse. Chemical A combined with chemical B. Now you have combined two chemicals, creating a new one. Double-click on the mixture and use it on the shelf. Mixture of two unknown compounds. Wish something like that existed in the full game. Finally, you will learn how to sneak. This is an essential skill since you very seldom have any way of attacking hostile creatures. That's actually not true, but this is the intended mechanic of the game. Crouching, which is done by pressing left control. Yep, I have resorted to the default control scheme for these guided walkthroughs. Move out of the light while crouching. Yep, if you stay perfectly still for a few seconds. Nobody actually really uses this system, but it's still hard-coded into the game like it was in Overture. Staring at an enemy for too long might make you panic a bit. That concludes the tutorial. Hope you will have a great time playing Penumbra Black Plague. Not Black Plague, apparently. And I think we will do just that, and starting a new game. And I don't know what difficulty I played in on the guided walkthrough for Overture. It's been that long, but I'm just going to go normal, since it's the recommended game mode.
Without this knowledge, without this foundation, you could not have the will to do what I must now ask of you.
And here's the story intro.
I followed my father to the Greenland wastes to uncover his secrets. You had to know how far I was willing to go. I found a disused mining shaft and took shelter from the storm. You had to know how desperate I was. I was plagued by doubts, fears, and mysteries, and aided by a madman, Red. You had to know how lonely I was. I incinerated my best friend. Red told me he wanted to die. You had to know how guilty I felt. I ventured boldly onwards, and was struck down by my own heroics. You had to know how stupid I was. All of these things. So human, so perfect. And yet still I failed to do what I must now ask of you.
And here we are in the game proper. The first room of the game. As usual, this will contain spoilers, at least for the parts that aren't truly notes that I can't just skip over, so keep that in mind if you're watching this and have not played this game yourself yet. But we wake up and we're in a room. Very different from the mine that we just traversed through in the last game. There seems to be something going on out there, so let's... Nope, we can't see what's going on out there because it's locked. And if we open the inventory, we can see that we have nothing on us from the last game except for this. Good thing they left this behind when they searched me. I'm held captive in a cell. Must find a way out of here soon. Sounds like a good idea to me. This is locked. I'm not going to bother examining most of these. I might do it on instinct, but I'm not going to read out much of these text prompts. So let's search around and see what we can do. That poor guy is not having a good day, and let's try not to join him. Office desk. Quickly, search. Oh. A glow stick should be useful. That is going to be our light source for the first few areas of the game. It's not explained if this is the original glow stick, but it's right next to him, so I'd like to presume that it is the original glow stick. So, from Overture, I mean. A short note. And this one is so short that I can just read it out here. Between light and shadow exists an entire world. That world is necessarily our own. Get out now. Oh. Yep. That is our objective, and that's what we're going to do. Flavor text. Flavor text. Now here we go. What is this? An old coin. Let's pick it up because we can pick it up. Examining everything in the room leads us to eventually... There's some noises coming from behind the shelf. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but I think it picks up, yeah. So we can just move this, and this is our way out. But it's not immediately accessible without some sort of tool. We have a coin. Can we unscrew it? No, we cannot. It's a little bit too thick just to work as a makeshift screwdriver. But if we turn over here, we can see that this has been right here the whole time. A vise in working condition, ready to squeeze anything or anyone. Let's not stick our fingers into it. Let's instead stick this coin into it. And rotate it. Not rotate it, squeeze it. Pick it back up. And now we have the flat coin that we hope is not valuable. It's made of gold, so, you know. kind of answers itself. You know, I'm not sure a coin made out of gold would be very good as a screwdriver anyway, but game logic. It's not much, but this is the only way out. Let me just double check to make sure I've missed anything here for your guys' benefit. Turn on the glow stick briefly. Does not look like it. Alright. Let's get out of the first level of the game and go into the unknown. And here we go with the unsettling music. And the first freaky sequences of the game. Picking up right after we left off from the last couple of, things. I'm saying words without knowing what I'm talking about. The last game. We pick up right from the last game in Overture. Right from the last scene in Overture. It took me like 3 times to get that out. And we see this guy. What is that? I don't know. It looks like a zombie or something. Go on, show it again. There you go. I'm not sure if this room is actually accessible at all. But there is a door there, so at least in lore it's implied to be accessible. But, you know, who knows. In the demo, those X-ray screens are not on the wall, but I'm pretty sure the room is exactly the same. Especially that flickering light and the infected/zombie thing, whatever. So these are pointing us forward, and it's in what looks like blood, so that's lovely. Oh, what was that? Well, these still seem... What's that? Didn't we just pass that? That's freaky, isn't it? Deja vu? Oh, salvation. Ours or someone else's. Does it matter? Who knows? We've reached a little bit of a break in the ventilation. Leads out into this hallway, and we can immediately see this. I'm not going to read through this as usual. I'm just going to briefly explain. It's saying that you got to follow the route to route or route. I never know which to say. We're going to follow the route/route to the mess hall where there's some kind of stronghold, and it's telling us to be careful about security in the mess hall, and it's very sensitive to organic material. That's very ominous. And it also gives us some lore and flavor text, but that's about it. This arrow seems to be pointing still upward there, but if we want to make it useful here, we can look and see somebody blocked this way. I'm pretty sure I remember. Yeah, okay. There's some batteries right here that you'll be able to use on a flashlight that you get somewhat later. Boxes here if you need to move any physics objects for whatever reason you got in your little heart. A flare. Someone tried to... Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, this way is blocked as well. Anything else? Let me see. As much as I am a fan of these games, I do not have the location of every single collectible memorized in my head, though that would be pretty useful. But, no. There's this, a functioning soda machine. Come to think of it, I wouldn't mind a drink. No free drinks today. Well, if we want to make this easy on ourselves... We take this flat coin, that's like not even American currency. Or even Greenland currency, I should say. And we can use it on the soda machine and it gives us a soda can. Not my favorite flavor, but sweet enough, still ice cold. But even if we try and use it on ourselves, to be honest, I would rather have a cold beer. I don't like beer. Beer is gross. The whispering. Watch your steps. Collapsed. This is hinting at the fact that this will collapse on you if you try and cross it. So the smart thing to do is to take one of these and just smash it, so you don't have that in your way. Put as much stuff down there as you can. If you do what I do, just put as much junk down there as you can. Because there are spikes down there, and that's gonna kill you if you fall down. That's blocked up. And these are the way across. But I think we can also just... yeah, come back here. Charged batteries, another blocked passageway, but that's okay, because we can just do this, drag this over here, and carefully, lightly throw it. Not as good as I usually get it. See if we can do this as well. This can help. Oh. Okay, careful. Alright. This arrow points this way, but that is going to kill us because it's cold enough to kill. Now, the thing about this is that you can actually get by this super, super easy. Let me see if I can show you without dying. I believe... yeah, if you go down here and pick up, I think it's this? You can get by this super, super easy, even though this is not the way that I'm going to use. I'm going to do it the way the game wants you to do it. But I'll just show it to you right now. If you take a brick or something and you just put it up there, that stops it enough for where you can just walk on by. But we're not going to do that because that's like not the fun way to do it. We're going to do it the way the game wants us to do it. So, goodbye. It's another way to go here. The freezer, and, well, just look and see what happens here. What was that? It looked a lot like that thing that we just saw earlier. Just whizzing by there. And it's one door that we don't mind it being locked. Very thankful. Big freezer door blown right off its hinges. And the way to progress is actually right here. Thermostat controlling the amount of coolant running through the pipes. So what we do is, you know, we logic it out. The fridge is open, therefore it's not cold, and water is literally dripping from the ceiling where ice used to be. So what we want to do is get something cold and put it up to the thermostat so that it thinks the freezer is still cold, so it doesn't have to run as much coolant through these pipes. And we have the cold soda can, so we can do it. Jump right back up here, and proceed along without any trouble whatsoever. Dead guy. Immediately seen in the next map here.
Chef Carlito is waiting for you in the mess hall with insert today's specials here. A happy worker is an efficient worker, and only efficient workers will be fed.
That's ominous, but not really relevant to anything that we're going through. Just goes to show that nobody's doing anything with that PA system anymore. Oh, I'm not even explaining what I'm doing. I'm so used to playing through this game. Dead guy. And if you notice, that is the same name on the note that we picked up earlier, so this guy died. He didn't die due to these, but he seemed to die from something else that we don't know, because he didn't cross these beams. He just died right in front of him. This is a report detailing infection symptoms. It really doesn't have anything to do... it doesn't have anything to show gameplay-wise, so I'm not going to read it, but you can pause it if you want to read it here. It just basically says the symptoms of some guy, some Australian guy, who got infected. And it goes hour 3, hour 4, hour 6, and hour 7. So I'm not going to spend too much time on that. Now, these are explosives, so you don't want to cross this. There are two ways to get past this. One, which is what I usually do, is I just put a barrel here, and that guy just whispered, "Help me," even though he's dead. Just put barrels here, I could just walk over. Or the other way, which I don't usually do, just because it takes up so much time. You can open the trigger interface. Black Plague has a lot of technology interfaces that Overture did not have. Overture's setting did not lend it to have a lot of these more modern interfaces, but the explosives one specifically, you can press a bunch of these buttons to eventually shut these off. I don't have this memorized. I don't really exactly have this... the inner workings of these memorized off the top of my head. Let's see if I can just jinx it here. hitting random buttons. I know there is a pattern to it, but I'm not that invested. Usually just hitting random ones. Sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't. I'm not really... Yeah. It's easy enough to get past them without having to do that, so... 10 more seconds, and then I'll just... Yeah, doesn't really matter, since all you gotta do is this. Make no mistake, though, these are explosives, so don't cross these beams. And this is what we are gonna have to investigate here. Message board, and that will look after something happens here. We take a couple steps forward. What was that, huh? Keep the unpure out. If we try and open it, it does not open, of course. It looks like that device could be some kind of a lock. The entrance to the mess hall is locked with a strange device. And we can see only trusted blood will get through. What's this? There's a pin-sized hole at the center of the device, and the display reads only trusted blood will get through. If we try and do anything with our own thing, nothing happens. So our own thing will not work. We gotta get something else's thing to put into this, so this will unlock. Now, if only trusted blood will get through, what's trusted blood? Somebody from here, right? If we turn around 180 degrees, pretty sure this guy would count. But we don't have anything to get anything off of him right now, except for soda can, but soda can will not do anything for us here. But look to the side and we can see a bunch of junk just very conspicuously right here. Move it out of the way, and you will find your progress and a way to proceed. Door! Let's go. And what is immediately apparent about this map is that it is the same map that the cell was in that you just escaped from. One of the more atmospheric maps in the game, in my own opinion. First room is completely black, but it does have this, which is one of these save artifacts that have like a lore tie-in, but we're not going to really be focusing on that. We're just going to save, because this also saves your game. If we look, flavor text, now this is an item that we will need. Medicinal alcohol, don't mind if we do. Let's grab that. Nothing else really apparent except for some batteries up there, which we can just grab. Look through these lockers. Getting a flare and a cassette tape. It has the name Elof written on it. That's not the rotate button. That's interact mode, which still, I'm convinced nobody has ever actually done a playthrough while using interact mode more than like 5 seconds at a time. Nobody uses interact mode. This doesn't have a tape in it, but we have that tape. It's really just lore, but I'll let it play, just because it's one of the more outstanding features in here. Put the tape in and hit play. Tap.
My name, Elof Carpenter. Rank, elevated. Status, Code C, imprisoned. Observing the Turngat movement, I predict that it will be my cell they visit next. To my knowledge, I am the last remaining member of the Elevated at this facility, and so it falls upon me to ensure that Xeno protocol is not compromised. For that reason, I record here the only way I have discovered to neutralize the violent. The species present.
That did not sound good. Let's try not to share that guy's fate by remaining here for too long. If we go over here and jiggle this, that is actually the cell that we came from, but it is still locked, even on the outside for some reason. I need to find a way to get into these locked rooms, as the note we jotted down just in case specifies. Yep, there's probably some useful stuff in here. Damn that lock. I don't know why he would think that there wouldn't be useful things in here if he didn't exactly know. We know, because we have outside knowledge, but... yeah. Damn the lock, but if we follow this is actually a little bit of a hint to where we're supposed to go, but if we follow it all the way, it leads to this door, which does not go to anywhere. It's one of those permanently locked doors, like fakey, so... how do we cut these locks? We don't cut the locks, we cut the power. And we can cut the power by using the trademark HPL1 physics, by looking at this section of the wall, seeing how it's crumbling, picking up this, throwing it here, removing this out of the way before it glitches, and there's a wire which we can just pull. There we are. And these doors both now open. As we can see, this is definitely the same room that we just came from, but now we're outside of it. And we can go into this room, which we have not been in just yet. The cell right next to ours, on the other side from Elof's. Empty boxes. Empty boxes. Nothing too relevant in here just yet, except for these. I'll pick this up last, because that triggers an event, which I want to explain before it happens. Picking up the painkillers, which is basically the health item of this game. Flares, yeah. More prominent temporary light source and batteries, which are a way to replenish the one of the primary light sources, which is the flashlight, which we still don't have. It doesn't look like anything else is actually in here. So, what's going to happen when I pick this up, the first real enemy of the game is going to make an appearance, and it'll instruct you to hide, but what I've found is useful is just running away, like usual. So we're going to pick this up, because we need this. And of course, there he is. Let's see if we can get a look at him. Oh, there he is. Alright, we're going to battle it out for the sake of the camera. Or not. He's just... well, that was anticlimactic. Let's go kick his ass. Hello. Bye. He bangs on the door, but he does not actually go through, because enemies cannot use level doors. Haha. So now we have what we need, and this is one of the more creative puzzles. Even so, the syringe is filthy, it's past its use-by date, but it's still useful for us. Now, only trusted blood will get through. We can grab some trusted blood from this guy. You can actually, oh wait, okay, first we need to, if we try and use the syringe on him right away, the syringe is all clogged up with dried blood. I need to clean it out. If we clean it out, we use the alcohol to clean and sterilize the syringe from all the old, dry blood. Now, we can use it on him. We can actually use it on ourselves too, but that doesn't accomplish anything. It'll just fill the syringe with your blood, and then he'll empty it out when you use it again on him. Fill the syringe with blood from the corpse. And now we can use the blood from the corpse on this thingy. Use this thing on this. The ominous red light disappears, replaced with welcoming green light. You can now enter the safe area. And here we are in another one of the pretty cool areas of the game, at least as far as the lighting goes for late 2000s tech. That light, it doesn't seem natural. It ain't. Pretty good look there. Immediately we can see a couple things here. First of note is this. Of note is a note. This is lore and flavor text, but it's basically saying there's a group of survivors that was holed up here for a pretty long time. Some people got out, or they think they got out anyway, but he went missing. And the leader is Howard, the protagonist Philip's father. And this note was left behind for anybody else who came here saying, yep, you're too late, sorry. And the guy who's writing this note thinks that Howard didn't make it either, but claims to found a way to counteract the disease, which is basically what's going on with the story. So that's some flavor text and some connective tissue to the overall plot of the game. Now, we can also pick up this, which is a Welcome to the Shelter CD, labeled Welcome Briefing. It goes in a computer. We can't open the door to go back, so we have to keep going forward. If we try and go over here, though, our progress is blocked by a locked tight door that wasn't previously open to us. And this shows us the door is controlled from a remote location. It says here that it does open in the event of an emergency. Now, this is one of the most unique puzzles I seem to remember from Black Plague. We have to cause an emergency for these doors to open, and a lot of people I know got stuck on this puzzle just because they didn't know what to do to open these doors. But of course I do. So you can go over here, open this connecting door, and see this. The crap inside is drenched with gasoline, and this gasoline barrel is what we are going to use to progress after we grab these painkillers and batteries, and check to see if anything else is on these shelves. Probably not. Drainage of sorts. There was a creature growling at us, but there's nothing actually that can get to us in this area. I don't have a very good view. No, there's nothing else. So, this is also apparent here. Another fuse box. This one seems to be broken. It's connected to this lever. And if we get out of the way, if we flick this, that produces some pretty heavy sparks. So what we can do to cause an emergency is drag this big boy over to the fuse box. And one emergency coming right up. The sparks will light the stuff inside the barrel. And if we look up here, we can see that there's a sprinkler system. And if it detects a fire, did I not? I gotta drag it to a specific place, I'm guessing. Just a little bit like that. Yeah, there we go. There we are. Doors open thanks to a manufactured emergency. Door that does not go anywhere. That's another, like, fakey one. Another mattress. What was that? Let's go investigate. Ignore the whispering. It won't open. No visible lock. Access is probably controlled elsewhere. Well, let's go see. Just double-checking something here. I probably should double-check something outside of the recording, so give me one moment here. It'll be an instant cut for you guys, though. Okay, we're back. Sorry for the cut. Welcome back, at least to myself, but you guys never left. So all I did while I was gone is I picked up a few physics objects and threw them around just to make sure that my game was still working. I needed to check something outside of the walkthrough, so we're back, still in the mess hall. This door is still inaccessible, and this is our way forward. So one of the things that I was checking, though, is that there was a way to bypass these doors, as a little fun fact for everybody here, by using this, in a way, to essentially do a skip of this. And I'm not going to try and replicate it, but what you do is you basically kind of... I'm going to move it away from me. I'm going to move it away from me so I don't do it to myself, but what you do is basically rotate it super fast so that you hit yourself in the head with it, and it propels you through the door. And that is a speedrunner's trick that I've known for years, and I learned from one of my friends, who is a good friend of the channel. You know who you are. So there's that. But that doesn't really matter for our walkthrough here. And the other thing that I was checking just to make sure that I didn't miss one is we can look and see all this regular stuff about this kitchen area that we're in. But there is something special, if you can find it. I believe it is in one of these cabinets, if I'm not mistaken. Well, there's batteries there, but that's not what I'm after. So, is it in the fridge? No. In here? No. I don't quite remember where it is, but I know... Oh, jeez, okay. We're not going to pick that up. That's going to glitch out on us. No? Yes, here it is. Okay, now I can actually explain. These are collectible artifacts that are spread throughout the maps, and if you get enough of them, enough of these weird statue collector's items, you get a special surprise at the end of the game. And I'm not going to tell you what it is, but you'll see either by playing through the game yourself and collecting all these, or just watching to the end of this video. So, there you go. We're going to collect this one. And we get a strange artifact and a special noise for when we pick it up to indicate that we have gotten a special item. There we go. So, another fact about this area is that this area, this kitchen area, this mess hall area, is the last area of the game in the demo for Black Plague. And in the demo for Black Plague, if you touch this door, it plays a script that auto-ends the demo. But what you can do in the demo and the full game is you can open this door without touching it by doing something like this. No, that's not rotate, that's C to rotate. I think I can do this right if I just... Yes! And we can... Well, let me... Yeah! Open the door without touching it. And we see a little office area in here. But if you click on the door, it still plays the script, and words. It runs the script, and it plays the music that used to accompany that demo cutoff, but it doesn't cut anything off, since this is obviously the full game. Mysterious. Now, the way to progress is still actually this door right here. And the way that we open this door is by means of this computer. But before we go onto the computer, we can get more batteries, and finally something to put all those batteries we've been collecting to in. Oh, it's right here. I'm spacey right now. Sue me. It functions near identically to the flashlight of the first game. The only difference is that the batteries are collectible, and they don't just auto-replenish your flashlight power when you pick them up. So, there's that. And I think it's great. Honestly, it's a vast improvement over Overture's system. And, as we all know, Amnesia the Dark Descent would copy that mechanic and use it in its lantern and oil potion system. So, clicking on the computer, we get a full computer interface. Nothing like this was seen in Overture. CD-ROM drive. There's no CD in there. And we can... First thing I need to do is stop saying so much. I am driving myself freaking crazy here with all these so, yeah, like that. But, back to this. We can take this CD called Welcome to the Shelter, Welcome Briefing, and just slide it right in. I'm going to skip over a lot of this, but you can pause to read it if you want, or just play the full game.
Welcome to Shelter Research Station, Greenland. Shelter is an almost entirely self-sufficient installation. As a new member of the facility, there are some basic rules. Shelter provides living facilities, including a mess hall, gymnasium, and please use the former at your leisure, but expect to be assigned to the latter with a moment's. Second, due to the nature of our work here, should you feel in any way ill, fasten yourself securely to whatever solid. In a worst-case scenario, be prepared to swallow your personal cyanide capsule. We know you will enjoy your work with us.
Yep. Introduction. Lore. But this is the important thing. The following password changes have been made since the printing of your personal guide. And the one that we want is this one. 1167. That is the code. We just copied it just in case, and this is just a transcript of what we already heard. At least the full thing that I didn't skip over. The full thing that I skipped over, that you would have read if I didn't skip over it. I do not know how to English. I am not that great at talking off the cuff, as I've said multiple times here. But we can close this and read this, which is lore, flavor text, but it is important to the story. It's basically saying that this is the protagonist's father, and he's discovered something about this virus that's been released, and he is working to try and solve the catastrophe that's going on, and he implies that it has greater implications beyond just this facility, and it is very emotional. He implies that he could have to save the entire human race, and, yeah, the future of our own species. So, interesting, but not really relevant. Door lock controller is pretty simple. All we gotta do is see that 236 is locked, and we unlock it by typing in 1167, like we saw in the document before. Hit OK, and the door is unlocked now, and we can proceed. My father! He might still be alive after all. Before we leave, we can hit this, which is honestly the refresh for anybody who was like confused on the story of Overture up until now, since this is the sequel. It's showing you the timeline of events. So I'll pull that up so it's easier to see. Oh, no. Which one is it? Yeah, it's that one. It's N. Yep. Little timeline here. Pause to read if you want. 1910, 1930, 39, 39, 45, 45, 52, 54, 69, 70, 72, 73, 73, 75, 90, 91, 92, 92, 2000, and another 2000. So there you go. Timeline. And another one of these, the save stations of the game. Yep. Double checking. Okay, we're good. I hope. Yeah. This door is open now, and we can see that if we can get in here, seems normal, but this is conspicuously placed. Dragging it aside. That is our way forward. It was hinted at during one of the notes as well, that people made their way out via the sewers, and we're following in their footsteps, but my question is, if there's nobody else here, who dragged the box back into place to cover this hole? So, leave that little mystery for you, because I don't even know myself. It's a continuity error or a plot hole, or an explanation is that somebody left through that door, but we cannot. Can't get out that way, so we'll go this way. Into the sewers. Complete with Giant slugs. Straight from the first game. No going back this way. Ah. Convenient cave-in. Immediately after I walked through that way. Oh. Okay, so there is a timer in this area. You won't actually... Well, you can do whatever you want in this area, and your progress will be saved, but you'll immediately be put into another level that we will look into right when it appears to us. So, there's not much to do right now. Just look around and hear the whisperings and look at, a valve. What's that all about, huh? We fell on the floor of the sewer. I know this place. I've been here before. This feels awfully familiar for anybody who's seen anything about the first game or played it. This is the boat that we were on initially. Are we back? Is this real? We can't leave. But, okay, alright. I'm gonna, yeah, I'll stop that whole thing. So, we are in the mental realm. Looks pretty normal right now, but you'll see that it'll twist itself into a much darker state of being after a while. There's not much obvious way of progression here just yet, but if we look over here, we can see a perfect picture of this room. Almost. If we look really closely, we can see some differences between the state of this room and the state of the room before us. But if we want to get some interesting details first, we can look over here. My bag! I thought I'd never see it again. And this. I remember forgetting to put this on. These were actually seen in the first game, but you could not interact with them. Like I can't really interact with them now. So, yeah, there's that. Cannot open the locker that we opened in the reality of the last game in this mental realm. So, but the puzzle here is pretty simple. All you gotta do is look at this picture and see what's in this picture that's not in here and make it correspond. This chest is locked this time, but all you gotta do is drag, put it under the desk there, put this out of the way. What's the next one? Oh yeah, okay. So, take this can and put it up here. Just anywhere, because that's also there. And the barrels need to go next to each other. Oh, what interact am I getting here? Heavy wooden barrel. The picture has shattered glass on the floor, same color as the whiskey bottle. That's pretty obvious. You go there. So, we can shatter this. And drag this over. We heard two things there. We heard no order without chaos and a little notification noise that says, yeah, you're on the right path. It's like a low humming noise. But now we can see things are much sinister. We are not on Earth anymore. We are in our own mind. A picture of, I'm not sure, eggs? That is actually a screenshot, I believe, from Penumbra Overture. And what to do here is a little bit less obvious because things are so changed, but some interesting details. What's going on out there? Sounds like a fire burning. I can't see anything through that light. Yeah. Smells like burnt flesh. And this is creepy as all get out. Filled with ashes. Put that in the corner. No sleeping on that bed. Okay, what you gotta do is pretty straightforward. The coffin is unlocked now. The coffin, quote-unquote. The chest. You open the chest / coffin, and you see this. This lovely thing. Drag it up and put it on the picture. And just wait. It can't actually hurt you. It's a it's not a true spider NPC. So. Now, looking around, it doesn't seem there's anything immediately else for us to do. But... we have to sacrifice. And this dog ragdoll is rotting and crawling with maggots, but we can just pick it up just as easily, and you can do some silly things with this if you want, but, oh, jeez. Oh! Oh, no. Okay, I didn't even know that could happen. Oh. Oh, it's almost two-headed. Yeah, okay. If you grab it easier, you can, pretty much just do whatever you want with this thing, but the way to progress is you just slide it over onto this hand pillar thing. Okay. I'll quit wasting your time. And it looks goofy as shit. Oh no! We're being pulled! And now we are in the mental realm proper. But, we can't go very, very far. I need to get this door open. It's the only way to go. Oh, what about back here? Nope. Nothing to do here. Oh, what's funny about this is that, your flashlight still drains power even though you're not using the real flashlight. So, you can definitely get the alert for, your batteries being drained for the first time, and he'll instruct you to, oh, my torch is running out of power, I need to replenish it with the batteries in my inventory, even though in reality he's asleep and his flashlight shouldn't be draining power, but even though, you know, it is. I have a hunch this valve might control the door. Well, let's try it. But it's stuck. So what do we do? Well, the only thing we can interact with are these, so if we pull these up, you can see that they briefly burst into flames from their palms. And the trick here is that these need to be pulled in a specific order. Nothing really to do with this. This is just imagery. And I don't quite remember. Is it this? Yeah, okay. The valve works and the door opens, but then immediately closes behind us. We are in section 2, I guess. A noose, books, red. We are going through our own memories. Now this is one of the trickier puzzles, and even I had a couple playthroughs where I didn't really get the hang of whatever this is trying to be, but what we're supposed to do is go over here. There's another stuck valve, but there's also this. And the trick here is if you right-click on this, this gives you a big hint. An electric switch. There's a tiny inscription reading. There are 2s and 3s in this world. And that is your hint. So what you gotta do is pull this, and it shows a bunch of colored circles on the floor, and 3 conveniently placed barrels. Oddly placed barrels, I should say, but convenient for us. So what we do is drag the barrels over the circles, and you've got an indicator if you got the right barrel on the right circle by this noose slowly turning into flames. As you can see, you got to be very specific which ones you want on it. Big ol' fan blade slicing through what looks like blood, and this is also blood. So the trick to this one is that is up there, and we can't quite reach that from here. And what we do is climb this, cartoonishly shaped arms going, help, help. I'm so sorry. Are you happier now? Oh, yeah, he's dead. So. Valve with bloody handprints all over it. So what you do is, this does not open the door, but if you rotate this, that makes the, not the water level, but the blood level rise in that place. So you can swim up enough to pull this. We are here now. Climb up with no trouble, and this is going to be a little bit of a speedy segment, so I'll explain. A bunch of moving platforms that you need to navigate in parkour, and there's a, I can't see it from here, but there's basically an entrance right over there that you need to hop onto to get away from something that's going to be chasing you once I step through these doors. And then there are barricades that you need to break through, and that's basically the end of this, so let's do that. And I'll have to do this quick here. So let me... Oh, I'm alright on that. Alright. Yep. Gotta get going. Gotta get going. Come on. There we go. Okay. Alright. Yes. 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 We did it.
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? What am I doing here? Who am I? Why can't I hear their voices? Well, thanks for the help. I'm having an existential nightmare and you can't even say a word.
Meet the antagonist, or at least the secondary antagonist of the game. The gameplay effects that whoever that is have on you are limited at first, but he does show up in a specific couple of events later in the game. Right now he's just kind of an unwilling commentator. But as you can see, we're fine, and we're out of the mental realm. Still with our flashlight drained again for some reason. Now this... We're right back where we were. This puzzle is very simple. All you gotta do is climb down here. And you can see these large boxes. To cross this chasm, all you gotta do is drag these boxes in a way where you can hop across them once you raise the water level, which is what that valve up there does. I think if we look through here, we can get a little... Yep. Drainage system with creepers in it. Creepy crawlies. Uh-huh. Here we are. Just hop across these. Be a little careful, because you do have to start over if you mess up enough. Easy enough, though. Easy enough. Can't go this way, so we'll go up and out of the sewer. Dragging this big boy over here, and a couple of these guys should be more than enough. Come on, work with me. We are out of the sewer. In a little washroom. Batteries. I've had better days. nothing is immediately apparent here. We're in a very small room, looks like a bedroom, apartment, and we can't leave, but what we can do is look around a little bit, and the immediate object of interest is this, the fuse box. Pretty simple. All you gotta do is open it and move this around. That puts power to various things. That lights up the light so we can look around a little easier. More batteries. A flare, a save artifact that we can use to save our game. Computer doesn't have any power. No, I'm not missing anything. Alright. Changing it to the left side will activate the computer, and we're introduced to one of the allies of the game, quote-unquote, if you can call it that. Incoming video chat. That's not actually a video chat, because, yeah, they wouldn't have been able to program that back in the day, so...
Wow, you look like you've crawled through a sewer to get here. I suppose I'm flattered. Hi, I'm Amabel Swanson, and I suppose I'll be your guide for the day.
Hello.
Hello? Can you hear me? I think the transmission's only one way. I've got a webcam.
Sure.
I'm gonna skip through this.
Whatever you say, lady.
We released a virus. It wiped us out. 3 weeks ago, we tried to get out through... I think one of the Inuit workers made it, but others were taken. Some panicked and got lost. The only chance we have is a man called Howard. I'm still seeing a few life signs in the residential quarter. What else don't you know? Did you say something?
Enough already.
Well, I think that's everything you...
What she said is try and find Howard, go through the various areas, and watch out for Eminus, which is another character that we'll encounter pretty soon. I'm, again, just skipping over all the story stuff because this is more of a playthrough of the gameplay aspects. So, but we can see this, it's a note, flavor text for the most part, but it's more reports about symptoms and a note at the very end saying, yeah, Eminus is probably infected too. So that's very lovely, something we'll probably have to contend with. Oh. Door's unlocked, and we can get out of here. Alright. Oh.
If we must continue to share this brain space, I think I should have a name. Strange. So rare an opportunity to select one's own nomenclature, and yet I find myself at a loss. Any ideas, monkey?
There's no way to skip this.
So much storage in this mind of yours. Did you realize you got an entire section in here devoted to film titles? 3,103 and a half films you've seen? You only got the first half of It's a Wonderful Life in here. Huh, how does it end? Now I'll never know. You know, Clarence, that's not a bad handle. I am something of a guardian angel.
Okay, we're past the stumbly part that I couldn't skip past, but Clarence has named himself, and that is the secondary antagonist of the game, Clarence. Welcome to the first hub level of the game. One of two, and it is the residential corridors. And there's a lot of areas you can go through in this area, and we are going to immediately look at the library, because that's where we were instructed to go. And of course, the door won't open. We need to do something about that. Look at this. It's a palm print and retinal scanner, which means you need the proper handprint and the proper eye, I guess, to get in. And of course it doesn't recognize us. So what we gotta do is figure out how to unlock it. Door leading into the library is locked by a palm and iris scanner, and I should be on the lookout for survivors and beware of some medical doctor called Eminus. There's a lot of places you can go to immediately, but what we are going to do is, I believe, well, first finding a map, because I don't have this entire area memorized. There we are. We are nearest Computer Central, but there are a couple of areas that we can just go into right off the bat that I'll do instead. Another artifact. Sheets of paper behind the glass. Picking this up and using it. This is just backstory about the organization that built the facility that the player's in. So, you can read that if you want, but nothing relating to gameplay at all. Yeah. All those lockers and only one battery. Let's try and open all these doors that don't lead directly to other levels first. It'll be useful. Oh, yep, there it is. Yeah, that alert can trigger even in the mental realm when, you know, why would you be using physical batteries when you're trapped inside your own mind? Oh, the infirmary is locked, and the heavy security door is labeled ID 3061. There is no visible lock. Canteen, you cannot go into the canteen. That's like a fake door. Where else is there? Let's see. Let's unblock this. This is the hallway that we came out of. Machine room is that way. Armory. Actually, we will... we can go in here now. It's fine if I do things slightly out of order, since I'm not trying to be totally immersive with this. Too much, anyway. Come on. Which... There it is. It's control. That's right. Nothing. Flare. Flare. Some gun ammo that we can't use because we don't have a gun. Object of interest is right here. Rusty with worn edges. It's a saw. And as soon as we pick this up, we're going to be visited by an unwelcome guest, so I'm going to do this.
There's just something about a rusty saw that just makes me purr. Had a tetanus jab recently?
Yeah, we just kind of sit here and wait for him to leave, because he almost always comes in here and checks. Oh, he shut the door. That can happen a lot. He's... Is he off to the side? Oh. I don't think he actually saw me, even though he was right there. That's weird. Now, supposedly you can kill this guy with these ammo boxes, but I have never been able to actually do that. Let me just... Did I trap myself? No, I'm hidden. I'm hidden. Huh. Yeah, he's just an irritant right now. He's not that big of a threat. You can really easily run away from him. Over here, can see this is the way to go to the machine room, but if we try and go into here, there is a strange odor seeping in from that room. Something is very wrong. Which means we are not going to be able to go into there until we do something about the gas or find a way to deal with it. Corridor leading to the machine room is filled with poisonous gas. How lovely. Alright. I think our next... Oh! He's right there. Caught me off guard. Oh, that too. Storage. No, we're not going to go to storage just yet. That room is not going to be accessible until after we've gone into storage, but we are going to go to... If I can get past this guy. This annoyance. Where is he? Library. We're gonna go to the computer center. So you can do a couple things here. There is a lot to do in here and a lot to experience. Nothing that you can skip, and this is the most annoying part of the game for some, and I can understand why. I'm gonna let this play out as soon as I try and interact with this. A long, quote-unquote, cutscene is going to play, so you'll be able to experience that.
I remember why you're here. Dr. Swanson has filled me in. I recall every single syllable of our conversation. There was ever so slight an inflection in her tone that suggested she no longer trusted me. Why ever dinosaur extinction 65 million years ago would she think that? We share the same history. You and I are history. I recall the day of my birth, 18th of September, 1964, 3.46993412, recurring minutes past 9. I remember my mother looking surprised as I poked my head out into the world for the first time.
Sure.
You need a security registered palm. Something I can provide. You need it at the library. Something beyond my reach. When I became infected by those mindless zombies, I split off from the others and secured myself here. I cannot leave. Nonetheless, you will need a hand. I will not. Bring me a saw. I recall seeing one on my first day here. 3 years ago. Climate change of 10 degrees over the past 1 million years. Walk east and take the first door on your right.
Mm-hmm. We already have that
There
saw.
are others. He's like you, like us, yet he is not us. Why is he separate and yet we are bound together? Are we truly a we, or are we simply an I with two faces? But I am no monkey.
So before we give him the saw, I'm going to do a little explaining here of what's going to happen. So he wants to slice off his palm to give to us, but that's not going to end up happening. What's going to end up happening is he's going to get infected, like right at the crucial moment, and he's going to start chasing us. And what you want to do, if you want your experience not to be totally ruined by this guy, is go over here to this room that we haven't explored just yet. This door can only be opened and closed by this button. There's not one on the inside. And you want to trap him in this room. That's the quickest and easiest way to deal with the fact that you've got an angry zombie guy chasing you. So, sorry to spoil, but that's a way to deal with him. Without much risk of dying. Let's have that happen.
Good. It has been precisely 12 days, 11 hours, 39 minutes, and 12.4 seconds since something good last happened.
Sure. This is not a good thing, though. Oh, did I also mention that the lights cut out and you're also trapped in here, so this will be locked. Oh, that was a glitch.
Come for us!
You can literally just walk, by the way.
Embrace me, glorious void, embrace me!
Ow. Yeah, you don't hurt that much. I think you're terrible at your job.
My congratulations. Honestly, I mean it. Well done. I was only joking about the come get 'em thing. What say we celebrate with some nice, relaxing cyanide, huh? I'm sure I saw some anthrax lying around as well.
He threw something out at us and then proceeded to attack. But yeah, like I was saying, all you really had to do was mosey into that freezer, whatever area, and then shut the door on him. And, yeah, now he's stuck. But we're stuck in here too, unless we can fix some stuff. So, probably because of the power surge, it's locked, and the computer to fix it is actually over here. But it's not going to boot. And this, as I mentioned, leads to one of the more frustratingly complex puzzles in the whole game. And this got a lot of people stuck just because they're not tech savvy in games or in real life. But that's okay, because honestly, a puzzle like this, I wouldn't expect to go over too well with just regular, average people who just want to play a video game. So, I'll guide everybody through it. And, it's this, what you want to pick up, the manual. This, basically explains what to do, but I'm not going to go into the details of it just because it doesn't matter. It's all just well, not meaningless, but it's all just stuff that makes all this make sense. I'll make it very, very simple, what you gotta actually do. You gotta go here, into this room with this very, very expansive, area beyond the glass ceiling there. You see this tower, which is a rack of circuit cards. These circuit cards are all damaged and burned, so you just want to take them out, put them wherever. But take note of the colors. The red one is the boot, the blue one is the network, and the green one is the interface. Now you need fresh ones, and the fresh ones are not going to be anywhere in here. Yeah. Pull without losing your grip. There we go. Yeah, he's just going to keep growling at us, but he can't bust out of that door. There's nothing he can do. Yeah, we go over here again.
You know, I think he's calmed down now. Perhaps all he wants is a hug. Why not let him out?
Exploring here. Nothing. That one's broken. We can't use that. But this is how you configure the fresh cards. Card config tool. If we go into the room where Dr. Eminus was, we can see... First, we can save our game. That's useful. Pick up the red card, which is the first one. The blue card, which I believe is the second one. And the... Where is it? Oh. The green card, which is the third one. That took way too long. Whoops. Batteries. Always useful. Anything in these? No. Okay. I am gonna do this off of memory, just so everybody can copy my movements without me having to unnecessarily explain it. First, you put the red card into this thing. Access the computer. And you do this. So it's circuit setup. Disk info setup. And hardware locator, I believe. Yes. take the red card, the new one, and put it in... okay, put it in before it glitches out too badly. There we go. The blue one. Put it in here.
Human life is so banal. Is it always as monotone as this? I can't stand it. Let me out.
No. Circuit setup. I believe... socket protocol, firewall, antivirus, and net locator. Yes. Quickly before it glitches out too badly. Finally, the green one. Circuit setup. CMD interface, file streamer, and admin tools on this one. There you go. Not a very lengthy puzzle if you know what you're doing, but certainly you might get stuck pretty easily if you had never done this puzzle before. It really is kind of too complicated for a action-filled survival horror game. But now power's back on, and we can also do some things that we wouldn't have been able to before. Not gonna let him out, no matter how many tantrums he throws. Racks for circuit cards, that's nothing. Checking to see if I missed anything here. Ah! Don't want to forget this. He left behind the saw, and I didn't pick it up until now. We can now access this computer. All of this is a bunch of lore, but it is pretty cool to look at. That's an area from Overture. This is an area we never see in any of the games, even though I wish we did. But this was used for the fan interpretation of the tomb in Penumbra Necrologue, as many people are aware. This is some lore about the tomb. Yeah. This is some lore about the water cave, and Red, the character featured in Overture very prominently.
As constantly entertaining as it might seem to have access to memories one has no recollection of receiving, it also places me in somewhat of a predicament. This saboteur, for some reason, he conjures in my mind the color red.
I wonder why. This is some lore about the shelter itself, the Greenland site, the place that we're in. And there is a little note about the collectible artifacts. 10, of little real value to the archaic, but for some reason of great collectible value to the lower caste, the bonus collectible artifacts. We try to go to international work, but nope, can't do it. That's spooky. The door lock controller, we can use this to unlock that those sealed security doors that we found earlier. If we take a look, the ID is 3061. So, door lock controller, 3061. Unlock. It is now unlocked. And thankfully we can say that we have done everything possible in Computer Central, and we can never come back to this place ever again because it sucks and it's filled with puzzles and an enemy that wants to bite our head off. So we're gonna leave and never come back here ever again. Except for the next time I play this game for one video reason or another. Now, we are going to go to, I believe, storage. Because that's where we can get that, that's where we can get something that can help us with the poison gas. Is that... Okay, we're there. Yeah, okay. This way. Oh, those are still there. Huh. Is that still? Yes. Alright, here we go. Storage time. We immediately see more lasers. And the beams will trigger the explosives. Let me give it oh, first. We can see that there seems to be someone lying in that room. What's happened to him? I can't really see from here. Oh, I could have sworn that, yeah, I could have sworn that there was a different, interact button. Or... Yeah, I could have sworn there was a different... Maybe it's once I get inside, but... It could have been a glitch, but, there used to be... I swear I remember there being a text notice that lets you know, hey, he's wearing a gas mask, I could use that if I get to it, but, maybe that was in the demo? No, that couldn't be in the demo. Whatever, it's not that big a deal. I'll just, let's see if I can take a crack at this again. Oh! Okay. Wow, okay, I'm gonna pretend I meant to do that. Okay, alright. But what I normally do is grab this and just grab whatever I can to get up onto these shelves and, like, jump over the lasers, but I guess I don't need to do that. But what I do need to make happen is still up there, so... Where is it? Let's see. Yeah, I guess there's really no interact up there. Where is it? Okay. Let's focus a little bit here. I'm still spacey and talking all over the place, but hopefully it's enough for people to want to listen. Oh god, glitch. Glitch. That's not good. No. No! Oh, it's the end of the world. Oh no. Oh no. It's not like I can easily get by with something else. Oh, curse you, HPL1. That's okay. Let me see if I can make the... Can I make the jump? No. Let's see if this will work instead. Yep, there we go. Well, it's not up here, so there's no reason to do that, but that's what I would normally do. Oh.
It seems, yeah. The visual cortex of this monkey is certainly of a simplistic design. If I can just... There, you see? It's like molding clay. Hate to interrupt you while you're showing off your logical problem solving. Let me put it more simply. You see what I want you to see. Well, it won't work if you move around, will it? You can't look up the magician's sleeve.
Sure. You can't actually do anything with this box, but it's the subject of a little cutscene later. Now, what I was doing over here is looking for... Oh, wait, is it up there? Yes, it's up here. Alright, another one of these. Here we go. Strange artifact. Alaskan. Here we go. Heavy and welded shut. So if we try and cross this, this is going to fall right on top of us. So there's two ways you can handle this. The one that I usually do is I kind of climb up here and just jump on top of it. But you can also just take a bunch of stuff and pile it onto the plate so that it triggers and the box crashes down to the floor anyway, but not on top of you, on top of stuff that you can just fall onto harmlessly. Oh, I guess that's not enough. Okay. Yep. Very simple. No problem. If you can just get out of my way. Get out of my way. Get out. Get out. There you go. There you go. Oh, physics. I love them. Physics. Come on. There we go. More lasers. Power switch, that's way up there. I don't remember what that does. I don't think I usually interact with that. That could shut off, like, all of the lasers, if I remember right. What am I doing here? I'm, like, derping around, right? Come on, there. Grab it. Grab it? Really? I need more? Oh, that's a bug. Really? You want more? Yeah, what you can do is, I think what I, typically did is just jump from either one of these shelves over the lasers again, or jump from the cargo crate itself. But if this truly does shut off, like, all the lasers, then I'm... There we go, thank you. Yeah, that's exactly what I did. Save real quick, because we can. Read this note about the theoretical effects of controlled infection, which is basically lore explanation for why Clarence exists. And he has some commentary after this note is read.
I'm not you. I'm part of something larger. We are nothing. We are a mistake. I need to rejoin them. Release me. Let me out. This is not right. I should be with them. I am them. There should be no I. Yet, this is not the first time. Another was infected. Red. He so wanted to, but we would not let him die. Did he call us a disease?
Absolutely he did. That's what you are, my friend. My non-friend. Okay, I think I've been a little bit slow in progressing in the storage room, but this is basically all that we needed to do. Oh. Looks like his face melted. I'm gonna be sick. A mask with airflow filters for use in toxic environments. Here we go. Let's grab this and quickly put it on so we can see that there is protection against various poisonous gases. Now, I wonder why Why is everything melted about him? You know, if he had a gas mask in a room full of poisonous gas, why did he die with it off? That's kind of what I'm wondering. Power switch. Move. I don't know if that actually did anything. Nope. Oh, I guess that just got rid of all the gas in here. Hmm. The music is ominous, and it gives the impression that, oh, that is a familiar noise for anybody who's played Overture, but nothing is actually going to happen. This is another, like, cutscene that doesn't actually matter, so let's see. Remember that from earlier?
That is the most fun I've had in my entire life! Which isn't saying much.
Nothing left in the storage room for us, so we go back here. Just do a brief check. We look to be good. So now, next, the... Oh. Okay, so something's going to burst out at us from here, so let me see if I can have some fun with them. Yeah.
Yeah! Feast on him, brother! Free us both!
Again, in theory, you can kill these guys, but I've never been able to. I've never expended that amount of time on trying to kill one. So next we should go to the infirmary because the doors were unlocked in the computer central, and they're unlocked now, and we can go straight forward to the infirmary. Or rather, actually, wait a minute. We could go to either. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, infirmary first. Why not? You could either go to the infirmary or the machine room to get one of two components, shall we say, necessary to access that scanner. It doesn't matter which you go first. I usually go to the machine room first, but I guess we're going to the infirmary, because I'm just winging it with these playthroughs. Here's infirmary. Very dimly lit, despite somehow having some windows to the outside. Washroom. Exam office area. Medical scanning device. Non-human sample. Insert new sample and try again. Metascan 2000. Fascinating. Where is it? Oh, there it is. It's up there. Another strange artifact for our collection. This will make a fine addition to my collection. Wristband with a small box on it. I wonder what use it could have. Emergency wristband. That is going to be useful for getting past these. These doors are securely locked, and if you get close to them, they don't open. They give an error noise. And the door to a cryo chamber in the infirmary is locked. What do we do about this? It's, well, unorthodox, but it's another very unique puzzle that I actually really like. Because it requires you to use your brain a little bit, and this is kind of back when horror games did not treat you like you were an idiot. A couple flares. Some... Oh, come on. Ah, nothing useful in there. Going into the office is what you really should need to do. Okay, we're gonna skip through this again.
Christ, you look worse than the last time I saw you. Though maybe you're just a... I just wanted to give you a word of advice. Those creepy artifacts, we don't know how they work. You probably don't want to know. I'm sure you'll... But by the way, if you happen to find yourself in my neck...
Oh, no!
Thanks, guys. Not interested in commentary. Patient report number 1 is corrupt, could not open, but this is actually pretty... It's smart how they deliver the information about the solution to this puzzle. So what it's saying is these are tests on a chimpanzee, and chimpanzee biology is at least somewhat comparable to human, so we can use the information here. I'm just refreshing my own memory by just reading this real quick. It is, I believe... Yes, this one. Okay. Following injection, the subject's heart rate slows to such a rate that, for all intents and purposes, it appears dead. In truth, heart rate is dropped to incredibly a safe level, and the subject recovers soon after. So if you inject this viscae somnus stuff into a chimpanzee, the heart, like, stops, but it's alive. That's what you need to know. And if we look here... Yes, okay. So this is explaining about their cryostasis chamber things in here. And what's here is... Wait a minute. Okay.
Your mind space is muddled as a lime. See here. A is for alliteration.
Yep.
B is for bohemian.
Yep.
C is for carcinogenic.
Yep.
So many long words taking up space in my new home. Here, let me do a little spring cleaning. There. You didn't need the periodic table, did you?
I don't think that actually does anything, so, But let's, this is what you, actually need to see. The archaic is unable... Heart rate sensitive wristbands have been issued to high priority, high risk personnel. They allow automated access to the facility in the event that the wearer's heart rate indicates high probability of approaching death. So what that means is you have this, and if you're wearing this and your heart rate like slows enough to where it thinks you're dying, those doors will open. So what we got to do is first place this on ourselves, place this on our own body, and look in here. Seems like there's something in there. Very easy to get into. Some kind of chemical. Viscae somnus. That's exactly what we were looking for. It's almost like I knew it was going to be right there. So what we do is we gotta use... We already have the emergency wristband on, so if we go over here and use the syringe first on this, we can fill the syringe with the substance, and then use this on ourself to stop our heart rate enough for the doors to open. Really, really ingenious puzzle. Unique and creative, and I like it. I really like it. Mm-hmm.
Damn it! For a moment there, I really thought that might have been curtains.
Too bad, Clarence, it ain't. And now we can go into the cryo chamber. Complete with batteries and painkillers and a button that doesn't do anything. A lever that will open this, which is what we came here for. But looking around... Yeah, we can't get into any of these, but the mini cryo chamber is what we came here for. Because it has something that we are going to use in a morally questionable way to progress. Yeah, we're gonna take a human head with us. Come on. Yeah, we stole somebody's head just so we can use his eye to access the library scanner. It's really freaky. Not sure there's anything else left in here. Oh, what? Oh, that was weird. Glitch. Ah, can't do that. Anything else? No. Maybe? No. Alright, we have 1/2 of what we need.
So, you're running around with a human body part in your backpack and I'm supposed to be the bad guy?
Yeah, you're the bad guy because the game says you are. It's in the script. I think we can check out where that infected came into the, like, burst into the room. That's 5, so that's... this way? Yeah, this way. I think. We'll find out. I guess I was wrong. That's alright. Nope. Not there. Storage. Yeah, one thing to note about this is that this game retains the map feature of the convenient signs pointing to the major areas in the hub levels. There's only this level and the other hub level in the game, though. Not too many others are like this. And in future Frictional Games titles, they retained hub levels, but they did not retain the convenient signs on the walls. Batteries in here, and a flare in here. And not much else in this little room. I will need to step away for just a moment here. It should not have some technical difficulties like it was in the last time, though, so I will be right back momentarily. On my end. On your end, instant cut. Alright, welcome back. You guys are still here, but I took a bit more of a break than I thought, but we're back. I believe we're going to go into the machine room now. Yep, because we have this. The gas mask. And I don't think that there are any enemies here now. The one who burst through the door earlier and the one we encountered initially are probably the only enemies that we have to deal with here. The machine room is just right down this place. This hall. Put the gas mask on so we don't die of the toxic fumes. Yep, we're fine. Lethal gas is flooding into the room, but it's not an issue thanks to the gas mask. We can go over here and just safely take the gas mask off. The high pressure from the pipes is making the gas leak out at the valve's intersection. We can try and turn this off, but it's stuck right here, so we gotta proceed a little bit further into this place. Come over here, we see the door leading further into this place is locked, but the lock is very crude. And this is a pretty simple puzzle. I think it is over here. All you gotta do, move these, use this, and stick it right into here, and just twist it. And very easy, door just rips itself off. Further down here, you can use this and this. Save our game, so we're good. The computer has two options. Both of these can be used. First, you valve control interface.exe, or no, steam pressure statistic.exe leads to the valve control interface. Switch to manual mode. This doesn't really mean that much. All you do is go over here and unlock the valve. Do a quick little search of this place. Get some batteries. I haven't been using the flashlight all that much this playthrough. We can go back here. That is a fake door, and we can just turn this so all the gas leaks on the other side of this door will stop, so we don't have to use the gas mask anymore. That's all you needed the gas mask for, is that one place. Now, what we're actually here for is behind this door. And what's interesting about this is that this palm scanner is broken, and it looks like this door would be sealed, but you can actually just pull it open. What's that? The door's shut. Oh no! My own palm is of no use, but this guy's could be used. What's interesting about this is that if you stand on the other side of the door while you start to do this, it doesn't actually close until you actually step in enough. So you can do the whole event with the door just open. Oh.
Let me guess. That was an important corpse.
I forgot that, oh, that was a glitch. Oh, that was me being dumb. Okay, so I didn't show it there, but there's a worm that you gotta fight in this area, and you gotta move out of the way as you try and avoid it. And what you gotta do is stand over here, wait until it starts rumbling, and then stand out of the way. And of course, you just wait for it to burst out of there and pull this lever.
It's not too late to just slam your head against the wall until you pass out, you know. It might be easier than carrying on. You know, the one thing that keeps me going is that when I finally work out how to end all this, you're coming with me.
I completely forgot to explain this situation before it ended up happening, but basically, either the body that was right here, you either use this saw on his hand and then he falls right then, or he just falls after a certain point, and then this guy bursts through the walls, and you can kill him by using this lever. Yeah. And he coughs up a hand, which you can use on this and on the library reader. Rest in piss. That's all for the machine room.
This is residential. The archaic asks that viral biologists do not take their work home with them.
As you can see, the leaks have stopped, and we're fine. And now we have both what we need. Both of what we need is the hand and the head.
Who's your poor monkey friend? Is he all right? He looks a little under the weather. If I were you, I'd envy him. If I were me, I'd envy him as well. How do you commit suicide when you got no heart to stop, no hands to wield the chainsaw?
Yeah, the implication here is that this body was here all the time, and the Clarence entity was just hiding it from you, so all the time you could have sawed this guy's hand off and this guy's head off. But instead, we've been going through all these different areas for basically no reason, but we got it anyway, so. And I think if we go here, yep.
How peculiar. I could have sworn we remembered there being a door here before. How queer. What's in that direction? Oh, silly old me. I haven't got any hands to point with, have I? No, not that way. You sure you know where we're going? Didn't we pass the door just back there? You see? You silly Billy. It was here all along. Would you like Uncle Clarence to take the steering wheel for a while?
No.
You should see your face. This is actually gonna be fun. Perhaps I won't get you killed after all.
Yeah, that's one of the first few events where Clarence kind of takes control of your perception, and he makes this door disappear, and he makes some other areas have like spontaneous walls in front of him. But it's nothing really too difficult to deal with for now. All you do is take this and take this. Library is now open. We are in the library. Okay, so I'm back. Had a brief cut there because I thought I missed something, but I did not. So we're good. I want to get the full experience for you guys watching. We're in the library. Very small map with only a puzzle there. One puzzle here, so. Strange mechanism keeping the door shut. There must be some way to open it. No visible lock. But what we can look is see we can see that we can save our game here. And before we go to the puzzle itself, we can do some climbing here. I believe it is over here, and if we take a look right above the door and right below the bust of whoever this is, we can grab yet another collectible artifact. That would make 5 that we have, and I think there's 5 left. Pretty sure. Now to progress, you take a look through all these bookshelves, and you don't see anything out of the ordinary, but it's pretty smart how they convey this here. Pull this open. A note with some odd scribbling on it. I can't read it.
Hey, I can read this. Guess your old buddy Clarence comes through for you again, eh, monkey? Do you want to know what it says? Do ya? Do ya? I'll bet you do. I say, can you feel a draft?
We can, or at least I'll point it out to you. What he'll basically spell out for you as well is that this book right here, you can pull. And ta-da! Dramatic story reveal right through this door. If we look to our left.
Oh my God! He's dead! Quick, if he hasn't started to smell, give him the kiss of life.
Yeah. The protagonist's father. He's dead. But what's actually important in here is... Oh, looks like that light just broke. So, this note is story, and it provides a goal for the story. Basically, it's saying, yeah, he's making his conclusions about the sentience of the virus that's infecting all those humanoids and the Hivemind itself. These are observations right here. More observations. And he's saying he needs to contact the Hivemind, and he does. And he's saying he does, and he's like, oh, yeah. He can't accept it. And he's dead now. So, what does that mean? I don't know.
Oh, diddums. Daddy popped his clogs. Bull bleeding who? Get on with it, will ya?
2 batteries. Flare we can pick up. Nothing else. And this is the button. Oh, okay. Another flare. This is the button to open the door. So now we can proceed. We are back in a cave. You haven't been in one of these since Overture. There are the noises of the worm, but as far as I know, there are not any actual worm encounters in this map. It's just a little, it's a little, transitionary map. I believe there's another artifact here somewhere. Can't see it, but let's make our way up first. Drag this wooden board out so you can climb up it. I'm not seeing the artifact right now, but I know it's here. I think. So we need to make that ladder come down. So what you do is, yeah, climb up this. Get in here. Move this. So it's out of the way to reveal a lever. Pull the lever. Ladder's down. Can't exactly get up here, but you can push this aside.
Holy hell! I mean, good. Yeah, more monkeys for the incinerator. Shut up.
Nothing to really comment on that, other than I think you could see the body literally be spawned there by the script, so it's kind of immersion breaking on this playthrough. Oh, wait a minute. Where is it? Is it here? No. It's there. There. Yeah. Okay, let's see if I can do this without getting hurt. Okay, the way to climb up is actually just moving this, this pillar.
You know, it really is quite amazing. You monkeys and your problem solving. How do you manage it with such small, singular brains?
Here we go.
Isn't it terribly quiet not hearing the thoughts of every one of your brothers?
Carefully. And now we have 6 strange artifacts. These doors are sealed, but just past all this garbage here is another computer with a very short conversation from that scientist chick character that we've heard from earlier. I'll skip it again.
You came! I guess I didn't really expect you to bother. He tried to make it through to me not too long ago. You'll have to make a quick detour over the surface next. Okay, good news. Good news. Oh yeah, I think I've got a cure. I don't think I'm infected. I was careful, but I guess it... Well, I hope to...
Yeah. Cures, rescues, saving the world. Also cliche, also ridiculous. Do you really think you're doing the right thing?
Yeah, whatever. Nothing to see here. It's just a conversation that unlocks the door for you. now we are outside, and we have to deal with the frost mechanic. It's slowly freezing to death.
I'm not actually cold, you understand? I'm just trying to make you feel better. Huh. Very inefficient thing, your brain. Gives off lots of heat.
Picking up that spray can is what you need to do. These can provide heat, but we need to light them first, and we don't exactly have a lighter. So we need to find one, or something, that can produce flame. The bridge control is right here. The bridge that you need to lower into place, but it's frozen. So we need to, again, find some kind of heat source. Now over here, this will collapse right after you cross it, and that's the way back right there.
Now, if I were you, which arguably I am, I'd be asking myself in a gormless sort of voice, did that bridge really collapse, or is my good friend Clarence just playing an hilarious jape? The answer, monkey man, is that I don't even know myself. One way to find out. Please, don't get us killed.
As you saw, there's a lighter. It was right here. I picked it up and immediately used it on one of these barrels. So, oh, yeah, my health just instantly recovered right there. So, no need to use the glow stick out here. But, it looks like we're good for now. That was pretty much the only thing you needed to get out here. Just doing a quick double check of any... And there's nothing, so... There is a way to get past this bridge without using the ledges, which I've done a couple times in my own playthroughs of this game. All you gotta do is drag all this stuff to right here and then hop right over, but for time's sake, I'm gonna see if I can do this without dying. There we go. Easy. Okay. Give it a second to replenish my health. And if you try and use the lighter itself on this, but it's too small. You need something stronger. So if we go back in here just for a quick second, you can combine the Zippo lighter with the spray can and make a miniature flamethrower. Or at least something resembling that. Yeah, you can do it in real life too. Hairspray plus a Zippo. And if you use the spray can and lighter on the lever, loosens up the lever. Crossing the bridge, no problem.
This charade. He's plastered all over your mind like a garish wallpaper. He wanted to die and we wouldn't let him. You know, he's kind of humming up the place, if you know what I mean. Weird smell. Excuse me a minute. I'm gonna go give you a memory of him a good kicking.
After some dialogue from Clarence, we can see that there's another heat barrel here. And we picked up a cloth, which will actually be pretty useful if we look over here. Just checking if there's anything over here. It doesn't look like there's anything. Just the result of an avalanche or something similar. But this is the way in. And of course, we cannot go in because it's blocked by piles of snow and ice. The solution is actually pretty simple. We just drag one of these gasoline barrels all the way over here. Take the cloth that we got and combine it with the alcohol. Put the soaked cloth into the barrel and it'll kind of just snap into place like it usually does. You know, like important items usually do, they snap into place. Use either the spray can or the lighter and light it right up, and then run. Way is clear.
Okay, so, on the to-do list, find this damsel in distress, kill the bad guys, cure infection, save the world. Chances of success? Nil. Chances of survival? Well, you got old Clarence on board. That should speak for itself. Chances of you buggering things up royally? Almost certain.
Welcome to the second hub level of Penumbra Black Plague, and the last major area of the game as well. It is the infected corridors, I believe. That's what it's called. And it is a little bit bigger, I believe, also than the residential corridors, as you can see here. However, there are less areas to go into, which is what we'll be taking advantage of here. South exit, research facility, exam area, kennel, chemical research lab. Okay, I'm back. I swear these cuts are usually not this frequent. I just was really tired for some reason. I kept yawning, so I took a break, and I swear the game is not boring or anything like that. It's just, I don't know, a fluke of some sort. So we're still in the infected corridors, and this is where you basically get your explanation for your tasks that you gotta do in this area. So I'll let it play out.
You know, you turning up here is probably the second best thing to happen to me since I've been down here. I'm reserving first place for when we get out. So, I'm not big-headed enough to think you came all the way here just to rescue me. I wasn't lying, though. I think I've worked out how to disinfect you. But, you probably saw this coming. It's not quite as simple as all that. I had to engage the failsafe on the research rooms to seal myself in here, and that means we need a key card to get me out. One of the personnel, one of the infected ones, tried to get in with a card, but I don't know where it went. Look, I need you, and, well, if you do get me out, I'll give you the biggest hug of your life.
Uh-huh.
Christ! Go here, go there, fetch this, rub me a bath. Typical broad, atypical circumstances. You think fate has anything to do with this? Fate is merely the war cry of those too scared to think for themselves.
Sure, let's go with that. I need to find the key card so I can enter the research room where Amabel is. Now, the key card is actually in not the area you would think it is, I suppose. It is in the kennel, which is this way, but this area has multiple infected humanoids running around, and they have flashlights and weapons, so they're much more deadly, and it's much easier for them to spot you. I think there's one coming here. I hear the music. Oh, he's walking away. Okay. Let's see if I can do this without getting seen. I believe all these doors are locked. Yeah, just right away. It's coming this way. I don't know. Nope. Can't go that way. No, we don't want to go there yet. No reason for us to go there just yet. Oh! He's probably behind this door, isn't he? Yeah, right there. Okay. We're gonna go this way and pretend we didn't see him. I'm not actually sure he saw us. That's convenient. Oh, not locked. No, we don't want to go there yet either. Kennel.
The Archaic would never ask that employees work longer than the recommended 8-hour shift, but understands that enthusiasm for their work and dedication to the team may often motivate them to do so. Thank you for not letting us down.
Whatever you say. Strange artifact is in this trash can, in this little side room. Really, really easy to find. Just under this thing. And I believe this is where we want to go. Yeah, this is the kennel. Oh, we could hear the beginning of some kind of something there. Now this is, for a lot of people, not really me, but for a lot of people this is one of the creepiest areas of the game. And you might be able to see why. Now that music you're hearing is very reminiscent of the dog theme from the first game. Now there aren't actually any dog enemies in this. There are hallucinations of them, but they cannot actually hurt you. We're in the kennel. And I believe the strange artifact... Oh, yep, right here. First one I checked. Good. We are at 8, and I think we need 2 more, maybe? I'm not sure. I think there's 10. I seem to remember a note saying something about there being 10. If you go into these, I think some hallucinations or audio effects play. Yeah. But if you look out, there's nothing, so... Nope. Now this, a brief cutscene plays, and there's no way to avoid it, so I'll just let it play out here real quick.
Dark, isn't it? Echo! 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 Kinda empty. Now this is what it's like to be me, buried deep within the cavernous expanse you call a mind. You see, this is what puts me in such a bad mood. We spend all this time messing about with door codes, levers, human appendages, and it turns out at the blink of an eye, I can just block it all out. Whoosh! Gone. Just you and me on some kind of messed up holiday. You think I can conjure up some margaritas? No? Shall we get the hell out of here then?
Sounds good to me.
Well, it's hardly better, but it is more interesting. Just...
If we walk forward, we'll get a prompt that says we shouldn't be here yet. Yeah, sounds like something is crawling inside the walls. I don't think it would be wise to go in there just yet. Yeah, our progress is not here. Need to light up the dark cord in the kennel. The progress that we need to make can be achieved this way instead. And glancing into here, you'll see these are important to us. You'll see these, which are important to us. Because if you come down here, these are very, very suspicious holes. 2 of them in the walls. And it's really easy what you gotta do once you figure it out. These lights have to be turned off, and to make it much easier, and to make it to where you don't die, you drag these boxes in front of these holes to block up whatever could come shooting out of them and get you. We don't want anything to bite our faces off while we're so close to the end. So. Come on. Do I get a prompt? No, I guess not, but that's alright. They're positioned where we want them to be. Can't go out that way. Let's go this way. I think we've ventured here without totally needing to right now, so I'll go ahead and explain while I'm showing you the other area. If you take a turn here, go down this, you'll see this place. And, yeah, these are the only remnants of the model of the dog from Penumbra Overture, except for one other event that we'll soon run into. Yeah. Not sure if there's anything in here this time. Nope, just a little scare. Nothing for us, and I think the hallucination is going to come when we venture back out that door. Yeah, nothing for us here, and no danger to us, at least in the form of a dog, but there's that whatever it is in the walls, as you can hear. It's been growling at us the whole time. So let's be careful. And we've been careful by putting those boxes right there in front of those holes, so when we turn the lights off, it won't get us. This is a lore document that basically details this one staff member, I guess, his descent into becoming a horrible creature after the events of the outbreak. And it's very, very heavily implied that this guy is actually what's hunting us. And if you remember from the first game, there was a guy called the Spider Hater behind a closed door, and he was muttering to himself. And something came right out of the wall and grabbed him and dragged him away. And we never saw him again. But this document basically implies that he was taken here by this Wilbur Frisk guy. And yeah, it does detail specifically that he's sensitive to light. The slightest light scares him away. And that's why we have to be very careful when it comes to light sources in this area. That's why we gotta illuminate that passageway and be very careful to block up those holes when we shut off the lights in that other hallway, so he can't come out and get us since it's dark. And just briefly skipping through this. Yeah, this is what I was talking about, this entry right here. I'm not going to read this, though. Uh-huh. His tongue was missing. Okay, and I think the button to... Yep, it's right here. All you gotta do is tap this, and since we placed the boxes in front of those holes, there's no danger. See? We're fine. Now that... Oh, nope, that's not where we want to go. We want to go this way, now that the lights are somewhat on.
Whoa! Blatant corpses! You lot must be programmed to just search out danger and throw yourselves head first at it. I'm starting to become seriously desensitized here.
Yeah, whatever he said. Where'd he come from anyway? I don't see a hole. So there's a pattern here, and you gotta make sure to stay in the light, otherwise it's pretty much an instant death. And let's see if I can do this on my first try. Come on. Alright, quickly. Okay, get in there, get in there. Okay. And this room has the singular function of delivering to us This, the key card, and batteries.
Key cards? I hate key cards. Whatever happened to good old bolts and padlocks? That's what I want to know.
I don't use the flares too much. I'm pretty good with managing my batteries and the flashlight and glow stick. Oh, okay. I almost ran right out there. I gotta wait for the light pattern again. Come on. Okay, quickly, quickly, quickly. Hey, we made it out. No problem. And I believe that is going to do it for the kennel area. Unless there's something that I missed. I think that, yeah, that will be it.
So, wanna let her rot a few more hours, make her really appreciate this daring rescue attempt? Or shall we go let her out now? Make the most of her while she's vulnerable? Huh? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, eh?
Oh. Uh-oh. I hope he did not see me. Doesn't look like it. I was too busy thinking of what witty remark to say, but... Oh! I was too busy thinking of what witty remark to say back to Clarence. Oh, he's turning away. Okay, that's good. Sit here for a moment. Make sure that he's really gone. You serious, man? Don't do this to me. Ah. Could probably outrun him. I'll throw caution to the wind. Oh, wrong way. Oh, he's right there. Okay, okay. I can make it. I can make it. Oh, wait. Was this locked before? No, I don't think so. I think I just didn't come in here. Doesn't look like there's actually much in here. Yeah, okay. We're gonna just go back to the research room and unlock it with the... Oh, okay. There's another guy there. Damn. Oh, wait, no. That's the same guy. I just went in a giant circle. I'm silly. Is that... No. Ah! I'm going in a circle again. There's two of them after me now. This is not good. Idiot. It was a pretty comedic shot I got there. Him just running away. Here we are. I think. Yes. Okay. All you gotta do, use this on this key. And, here we go. Let's meet Annabelle. Amabelle. Whatever her name is. I was worried there for a split second. Yeah, this map has a bug where sometimes it'll,
Shelter Research Station is encountering technical difficulties. Please have your personal cyanide capsule at the ready.
Yeah, sometimes this map has, like, a big bug in it where when you enter into it for the first time, you'll just, like, be looking at, like, this, frozen, and the game will crash. So, I'm very glad that that did not happen. Let's take a look and see what we can grab. Now, there's nothing actually really of value, except for one of the artifacts. I think it's in here somewhere. Right? Isn't it? Artifact is in here. Right? Right? Ah! Yes. That makes 9. We got 1 left. I think the one that's left is either in the other room in here, or it's in the other area that we can go into, like the laboratory or whatever it's called. Any collectibles that we can grab last minute? No, nothing there. Save our game. Batteries for our flashlight. Dr. Swanson's office is locked. We will be getting the key to that in a, well, emotionally charged way, I'll say. Painkillers, just in case we need a health item. Painkillers in the trash. Who'd throw away painkillers if they're good enough to pick up? Why bother? Okay, so this area is going to be a bit of a fight scene. The objective of which I'll explain before we go into it, so we don't have a situation like where that worm fight, where I didn't explain it until after. There's an infected that's going to chase you around, and your objective is actually going to be to pull this up by means of that control panel over there, and drop it down on its head in order to kill it. And it's not very difficult, but it is a little confusing the first time anybody could play this, so that's what you got to do. And let's see if we can do it without any difficulty here. Yeah. Hello.
Oh, looky here. More perilous death-defying action courtesy of the skinny English professor. Rambo, you are not. Try running towards him screaming for a change.
Oh no, what a twist. I totally haven't...
Hey, good work, buddy. Give yourself a slap on the back with a crowbar, why don't you? Oh, one thing, before you get too overwhelmed with glee. I know murder can be a lot of fun, but, didn't you quite like that broad? Hey, I think that's a piece of her skull on your shoe. Wait, don't tell me you really thought... I thought you knew I was pulling your leg. Oh, my best laid plans and all that. This is just terrible. You silly Billy. Come on, monkey. Take a joke.
Surprise! It's not like I haven't seen this twist like a bunch of times already, how many times I've played this game. That infected was actually Swanson the whole time. But you still needed to get it, you know, you still needed to kill her. And you still needed to pick her body so you can get Swanson's key to unlock her office. Literally the only way you can progress. You have to kill Dr. Swanson. I'm not sure there's anything in this room. Yeah. No emotional resonance for me, not anymore. Weird things in jars, brains, eels, whatever. Now, in Dr. Swanson's lab, or office, there's a computer that has what we need to progress. Anything in here? Nope. Yeah, this room sucks. Let's get out of here. Okay, this... Yeah, as you can see, this is also almost always glitching out. It's always kind of bouncing. I don't think that's intentional. Nothing else really of interest here. Except batteries. Single picture and computer.
Boring. Where's the games on this thing?
The games on this thing are actually here, and this is a piece of bonus content that I will not be revealing here, but I'll probably include it in another video, one way or the other. There's a code that you need, and you'll see how to get the code later. This is the note detailing the antidote, and this has the solution to a puzzle later in the game, which we'll go over when we go over it in that other area. But here it is. So...
This broad, you kill her off. And she's still jetting a lot of piss and wind from beyond the grave. That's about as likely to work as aromatherapy is to cure cancer.
So the door lock controller opens the full access to the chemical laboratory. Entrance and main were already open, but the airlock was not. Now we're able to go into the chemical laboratory. And I think all this is just flavor text, so we're not going to go over this. There is another one that's a little bit further into the game where it's really funny. It's just a long line of computer commands that ultimately do nothing, and it's amusement, if nothing else. Here we are, and here we go. Next stop is the chemical laboratory.
You know you'd be awfully lonely without me, don't you? We're really not that bad together. Why don't we just call it quits, huh? If you stop trying to destroy me, I'll give you a shiny penny.
Clarence is going to start getting more insistent about trying to save himself. And we're not going to listen to him because he's evil. Chemical laboratory is this way. Here we are.
Oh, damn! There's a gas leak. Guess we won't be getting through today. Let's come back another lifetime, eh? Monkey?
Not so. We can save our game in this little artifact in the trash. Again, the amount you actually use the gas mask is very minimal. There was that one little area from before, and there's this one little area from here. And we can't get through. All the leaking gas must have triggered an emergency shutdown. So, there's a remotely locked door, and all we gotta do is first look at this. The pipe is full of holes leaking gas into the room. Must be a way to fix it. There is. If we just take a look over here, I believe. Here it is. These two things are very useful. You take this and throw it right onto here. Or not. Wait. Come on. There we go. Now it's exposed, and we can... Yeah, this pipe system is a patchwork of different pieces. We can further patch into this patchwork by putting this pipe piece right up in there. Oh wait, I can't... Oh, there's a safety lid. Yeah, that's right, okay. We gotta, Come on. Where'd it go? Oh. Can you... There we go. There we go. Now we can patch into the... Yeah. Gas is gone. Now we're golden. Yeah, and if you fixed the gas leak before this, this door would not have opened unless you went to the research room and used the computer anyway. So you had to do both of those things before coming in here. Now this next sequence is pretty tense. You're chased by a couple of enemies, and there is a camera system where you got to avoid being seen by a bunch of cameras and pull levers in places to disable them, moving very, very quickly. So I'm going to try and do it as cleanly as possible here.
Take a right turn. Monkey, they're everywhere. Don't go on. Turn around. You'll get us killed. Switch. Guard. They see us. Quick! There's a switch back there. Be careful.
Yep, it's being locked down. That was the first little bit that I was talking about, and here's the cameras, and I just got spotted. Some of these levers reset the cameras, and some of them just provide progress. I need to find the first one anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, but if you get spotted by the cameras, these doors will not open, so you need to reset them, and then avoid the cameras to make it to the door without being seen. If I can find this switch. Where's the switch? Oh, a typo, by the way. I have no idea. Okay. Yep. Here's the switch number 1.
Look, just wait a minute. Maybe we got off on the wrong foot. You don't have to go through with this. We can be friends. I don't want to die, monkey.
Wait. No, come on. Here we are. Okay, now I think there's one more section of cameras to get through. Let's see if I can do this cleanly. Is it here? Oh, crap. Damn it. Why'd that startle me? There's something scary about that. Okay, there's the door. Where is... Here it is. Okay, it's right here. It's fine. Oh. Oh, okay, there's multiple switches. Right. Gotta, go all the way over here. I think it's over here. I don't know what this door is. Oh, no, that's the door I came from. That's right. Gotta... Here it is. Okay. Not a big deal. Shit. It is a big deal. Flip it there. I can do this. Nope, I can't do this. Really annoying. Okay, there's one. Let's make this easier a little bit. Okay. Drop that there. Reset. Maybe go a little slower this time. There we go. And reset both of them. There. Okay, go slow. Even going slow didn't work. There we are. Sorry.
Wait. Wait.
Oh.
Be careful. Something's wrong.
We can really easily barricade ourselves in here by doing this. This is the last room that we need to go into in here of any major importance. The other aspects of this area are just an escape route
inefficient workers.
through here.
Always wear safety goggles when handling hazardous materials. And be sure to store your personal cyanide capsule well away from archaic-issue aspirin.
I seem to remember what's funny about this is that you can just really easily get through this puzzle, this crane machine puzzle, whatever. But we're not going to do that. We're going to play it straight. This is what we need right here. This secure container is going to be used... They're banging at the door, but they can't actually get through, so... Put the substance container into here. This is what I was talking about, the emergency security protocol, but we're not going to be doing that since it'll take up some time. And I think this is the last strange artifact that we have to pick up. Save our game. It's stuck. According to this operates the flow of stabilizing fluids to the chamber. Better leave it be. That is the crane operation. Ah. Alright. Super easy to get this crystal thingy and put it into the substance container. I hope. Did that get it? Yeah, I got it. Okay, first time. Now let's see if I can drop it into the thing on the first time, too. Nope, I was off. That usually happens. Come on. Nope. Go up more. Oh, it's kind of glitching through it there, but I think this should work now. Hooray! Better find a new way out of here. Can't go back the way we came.
I could learn to live with this. It might not be so bad. We'd be like roommates. We could take it in turns to drive. Just think about what you're doing.
No. We spin this, and it'll give us a countdown to get out of here before everything seals itself back up again. So, here we go.
Termination in 2 minutes.
You could pretty easily get out of here within 2 minutes. Even if you're hurting a little bit because you're stupid like me and you've walked right into some steam, but that's alright. Easy. That is the chemical laboratory.
I know what you're thinking. You're thinking you've got a way to destroy me.
Oh.
Wanna know what I'm thinking? I'm taking you with me.
This is the peak of Clarence's attempt at interference. He's going to cause hallucinations all over the place. Oh wait, that was where I was supposed to go. And we're being chased by enemies, too. Yeah, all you had to do was click on the exam room door, though.
Here we are, end of the line. No gold watch, no thanks for the laughs, Clarence. Nothing. Just a potion and a big fat screw you. Good times.
This is the last corporeal room of the Penumbra series that we can examine. Collapse without an E. Another typo. Now, there are a bunch of chemicals around the room that you need to start collecting, and here's one of them already. Nitrogen. Batteries. Save artifact. This computer doesn't seem to work, but it will work and be very important later, so keep that in mind. Sulfur, right there. Good thing to do is examine pretty much everything around here. Oh yeah. There is a hidden vent right behind this very conspicuously placed painting. And it leads into here. Can't remove that shaft can't remove that grate covering the shaft just yet. But you can grab this.
Now,
Okay.
all these drugs, there's bound to be a big old needle at the end of this. That'd be enough to put any man off. No shame in that. You don't want to catch anything. One virus is enough for anybody.
Iodine. Just ignore Clarence's rambling. He's just trying to save himself, but he cannot. Is that everything? No, it's not. Blocked from the other side. Okay. Yeah. All you gotta do, hop up here. Can't go in that way, but we can go here. Through the ventilation shaft. And we are further into the room. Looking into here, we find another one. Chlorine. Don't think there's anything else in here. Yeah, nothing much. Is this the final room? Yes, this is. Alright. This is going to come alive, by the way, and you'll see what I mean by come alive, because it's not what you'd think. It doesn't just start standing up and attacking you. It's very special in the way that it does. We have all the chemicals we need. And we put the filled substance container into, I believe, here? Yes. And we could just pour all these into the big machine. Doesn't really matter the order that you need to pour them in here. It's the button combination that's the big thing. Yep.
Please, Philip, let me live. You'll never do it. You don't have the balls. Go on, I dare you. You're some coward, four-limbed freak. You barely evolved out of the swamp. You haven't got it in you.
Yeah, I do.
You see, I knew you wouldn't do it. That puts me in the steering wheel now. Ha! Ho, Silver!
No, it doesn't. That just... I was just waiting for you to put that line out so I can read this note. Oh, wait, no, not that. This note, because I don't have the combination memorized. Automatically be stored in the order listed above, so that is the corresponding one. Now, what's interesting about this is that it even says right here, the manufacturing error, the lower button row got reverse numbering, making the rightmost start at 4, and then increasing to the left. So it's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means... Okay. Acetone is the chemical base. Chlorine, sulfur, iodine, nitrogen, bromine. Automatically to be stored in the order listed above. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Chlorine is 2, so that's 2, 1. Two, 1. Iodine, 4. 2, 1, 4. Two, 1, 4. Bromine, 6, 5. 2, 1, 4, 6. Wait, let me double check that actually. 6, 2, 1, 4, 6. Nitrogen. 5, 3. Okay. 5, 3. 2, 1, 4, 6, 5, 3. And here we go. Let's cure ourselves. Hooray! We did it. Now what? I know what now. This is gonna come alive. And you'll see what I mean. Yeah.
What a pretty body! Mine! Mine! Mine!
Have to get out of here. Escape time. Oh. Oh, he doesn't like me. Yeah, Clarence is after us, and it is the shortest encounter ever. All you gotta do is move this out of the way, and then you're home free. Cutscene time.
At the end, this one was more human than he would have believed. Mankind, for his actions, I am sorry. For this next misconduct, I am sorry. Do not hate me.
We are in the Hivemind now. This is the last section of the game, and I'll let them do the explaining.
Do not be alarmed. This space is in your mind, mankind. If you know yourself, you have nothing to fear. I, on the other hand, stand to lose everything. One came before. Mankind. Howard. He was not strong. Mankind as a whole is stronger even than I. But alone, mankind is weak. Nonetheless, I do not underestimate you, mankind. I submit to you. However, I must, against my own desire, tempt your anger further. Mankind is not united as I am. Such a seething mass of individuals. Little wonder you all pull in different directions. All of me pulls in one direction. And for that reason alone have I bested those that disturbed me. I would test your reactions, mankind. I would test which direction you pull. And then you shall have your answers. And if need be, your revenge.
We're going to go to the Hivemind Challenge number 1. This emphasizes teamwork and trusting. We're in a little cell, and the immediate apparent thing is that there's a hatch and a locked door. And a loose brick. Moving this.
Hey, through here. Pass me that pipe, man. I can get us out. Come on, we haven't got much time.
You can either use the pipe to burst your way out of here, or you can pass it off to him. The correct answer is passing it off to him, trusting somebody else and working together.
Okay, stay there. I'll be back. I owe you, friend. Good luck.
Success!
Working together is the only way. I act as one, though I am many. Thank you, mankind.
Challenge number 2, I believe, is Mercy? Yes, yes, yes. Now, there is an enemy here, but we are not going to just avoid him. We're going to use him to our advantage. There is an opportunity to kill him, but we are not going to do that, because that is the lesson. He can help us if we spare him. We just gotta avoid being seen by him real quick here. Yeah, this lever, I believe, would activate deadly things that would kill him, but we're not gonna do that. We go over here instead. This is the door that we need to get through. And what we do, see that it's fragile, but not breakable by us. If we go over here, however, this lever does something very different. We can see. We just give it a pull. It's a calling signal. And we can watch what the result of our mercy is. He progresses, and so can we.
Death is a necessary part of life, but not all deaths are necessary. Thank you, mankind.
Challenge 3 is pretty interesting. It involves selflessness. And this was actually pretty confusing for a lot of people who played the game for the first time, including myself. You gotta do this in a kind of a unique way. There are these pressure plates that open these doors, and you cannot... It's not immediately apparent what you're supposed to do. But if you go too far, then you won't be able to progress. You'll actually get stuck. So what you want to do is take this block, and instead of pushing forward or even exploring forward, you drag this all the way back to the first pressure plate. That opens the door for you. And hit this. That'll activate a timer. Sounds like a door closed not far from here. Now what that does is you want to just quickly drag this into the door before it shuts. Can I do this? Yes, I can do this. Alright. Sounds like a door closed not far from here. Now that makes it to where somebody else doesn't run out of their own door, and since that is on that pressure plate, that means the door will stay closed. Yeah, this door is closed. For some reason, it feels like someone is beyond this door. I'm connected to that person somehow. Like we were one and the same. We are, actually. And, yeah, going any further would mean certain death. The alternative to this would be this person runs out from behind this door and dies. But it's unorthodox, but the solution here is actually just to run into this. So here we go. We were selfless, and we allowed ourselves to progress. Because we were the person behind the other door, and we weren't. And we were, and we weren't. See? Mm-hmm. Selflessness and sacrifice. Dragging this over here. Opens the door. Pressing this opens this door, and we get a microcosm of nature-y stuff. Nowhere else do you hear anything like that in the Penumbra series. But it's literally like 5 seconds long if you just walk from here to here, so... Not even 5 seconds long, like a second long. So there you have it.
I am relieved, mankind. In a being such as you, selfishness would be catastrophic. You have shown that you can be higher than your station, and for this reason, I shall reveal to you that which I revealed to Howard. I came here to this place many millions of years ago, before mankind was even upright. As eons came and went, mankind appeared around me and found names for me. Demon, spirit, turngate. We existed in harmony for much time. I, lying dormant within what you refer to as the infected, and they benefiting from my knowledge and protection. But mankind changed, and I fled. So much power in mankind, so many questions, and yet without the intelligence to answer them.
Sorry for not explaining there, but this is not a challenge, this is just the end segment of the game. We're still implied to be in our mind, at least halfway. But there's no more challenges, no more puzzles. All you gotta do is experience what the turn-gate is telling you.
Mankind grows and tries to form a whole, a community, but somehow it becomes more dangerous, more angry, and with no direction for this anger besides itself and its world. And then I was discovered. Mankind created this place to find me and silence me. They tore open my resting place and set about destroying me, and I, with no form of defense, was forced to attack. I am not the barbarian. I am not the invader. You are.
Oh, I see.
But you, mankind, you are different. You have proved this, and now I ask for your mercy. Do not allow me to be destroyed by your kin, which they would surely do. They followed the Inuit here, and you followed them. There will be more. Will you send word? Will you destroy all trace of this place, so that no mankind will ever discover me again? Will you do this for me?
The script says we will, so we will. As we can see, the computer that wasn't working earlier in this version of the exam room is working just fine now. So... not sure what to do. I'm sure what to do, so to progress on this computer, the last puzzle, I guess you could say, is just examine things from all four sides of the room. The calendar. The papers. The side door. And the level door. And then we can turn back to the computer. And we end the game. No witty commentary about the story this time, but that'll do it for Penumbra Black Plague, into the credits at least. I hope you enjoyed this guided walkthrough as much as I could offer, with my commentary, my stumbling over my own words, my saying words that might not even make sense at the time. Hopefully I conveyed the message enough to help everybody else to get through the game, or if they just wanted to watch somebody else play the game with additional commentary, here you go, that's what it was. Penumbra Black Plague. And past all of these things, and one further screen. Come on, where is it? There it is. Statistics. And since we got all the collectibles, congratulations, you have found all artifacts and unlocked some secret stuff. Enjoy. What's that all about, huh? Put the pieces together yourself. I'm not going to go over the bonus material in this video, however, the contents of which have appeared in some of my other videos by this point, hopefully, so you can go and check those out. With whatever that code unlocks, that'll be left up to you. And that'll be it. That'll close this case concerning Penumbra Black Plague's guided walkthrough. Thanks to all you horror fans for watching. I am the Midnight Researcher, and I will see you all around. Stay scared.